apologies, of the written edition, and an arrival. George? Only George, yes?
No, it's not coming tonight.
No. Yeah.
Richard.
Oh, and Richard, of course, yeah. I've got something else I'm going to do as well, which is not on the agenda.
All right.
Party rings.
Yeah.
Father Christmas.
Is a thank you.
Oh, it's Sarah.
From us.
Oh, how
You.
kind. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's like
You made it,
oh, lovely.
which is a camper.
Sounds right up my street.
Done well, because I broke one. I broke one.
Don't break this.
I know.
Oh,
I'll go over and find it.
Us Jane will break your neck.
do people need to see this? They do, don't they? Because, oh, how kind. Oh, isn't that posh? Oh, thank you so much.
His unusual, his unusual shape.
Thank you.
It's one for spirits, is it?
Sorry?
It's a spirit one, not a wine one.
I don't know. I'm not into it.
Got an old bottle
Oh
of
yeah,
wine.
just whiskey,
Yeah.
tumblers like, wasn't it? You know.
It's nice. It's a nice one.
Yeah, thank you.
So I was being a little bit deceitful when I said I needed an update.
Oh, right. I was thinking, what?
But we'll still have the
But
update.
you still do need to just know, hang on a minute, let me just pop this
No,
away
that's all
before we
right, it's
overstart them. I won't give you an every update because Joe's got to visit it, but I think the important thing to say is that Wendy is now fully in the driving seat of the website. She has been, I stepped away on the 19th of September. Just to give you a brief overview of how we got there, the moment her contract started, she came over to me. I, in the intervening period, had done something I'd done many, many years before when I was working for Forensic Alliance, which was put together a user manual. It was pretty crude. Joe's seen it, no bits and pieces missed out, which consists of a screen dump of all the screens that you
Yeah.
you might choose to use and the bullet point instructions of where stuff is. So I gave her a whistle stop tour around the website, and fortuitously, one of the things I gave to her was how to squeeze all these photographs on the, you know, the slideshow that goes round and round and round, because that took me forever to work out how to do that. And I thought, poor woman, if I leave her with that, she'll still be there at Christmas. So I showed her how to do that, and I think it's very important to say that, yes, Jim and I were in deepest, darkest Belgium when Her Majesty died. Wendy was thrown in the deep end, Pat loaned her his login script, and everything that you saw, you know, all those photographs and the memorial messages, Wendy did that. Very important to understand that that was her work and not mine. So I got back, and all of the stuff that I've retained that I thought was useful files and instructions and recipes and my convoluted spreadsheet with all the statistics, I put together on a flash drive and I've given that to her. So really, in short, she knows as much as I do with the full knowledge that I am only a third. But I know, and anybody that's taken over a job knows there's nothing worse than somebody breathing down your neck while you're trying to go live. So we just agreed, look, just get on with it.
Yeah.
If you're really stuck, tell me.
Come and find me.
And the bottom line is that I don't suppose for a moment she will ever need me again. But I'm there if, you know, if
Well,
there's
that'd once again, I thank you for the work you have done
Yeah,
over
thank
the
you.
years, because without you, it wouldn't be where it is today.
Well, thank you for that. I would just say that I suppose the nature of this for me is many, many years I was a project worker and a project manager, and my job was to make stuff go live to time, to quality, to make it work, and then you stand back and you hand it over to someone who knows a lot more about it than you do, and they start perfecting and make it release a lot better. So that was, I guess, what happened really.
Good. Excellent, thank you.
So thank you so much. Yes.
Oh,
And
pleasure.
there's nothing more I can tell you, is there?
Numbers, what's the latest numbers, Jane?
Well, numbers, Wendy has the spreadsheet, but I'll tell you what I knew as I left. On the 19th of September, I clocked up 13 hours for the month, which obviously training package and stuff. We were set on target, if I prorated the numbers up to the 30th of September, to just under 2,600 hits for the month. So, you know, the website is live and kicking, and
That's not bad.
it, well, from nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the important thing for me, as I explained to Wendy, was what gave it life. It's a dreadful thing to say, what gave it life was the pandemic,
Mm.
because people got nothing else to do, so they turned to that.
But for a village website, it ain't bad. It's only a village at the end of the day. It's in a bit of a
Yeah,
town.
what you can't tell is, in all honesty, how many people from outside are looking at it.
No,
The
no,
auditors are
no.
looking at it, and I suspect, I mean, for instance, that one of my last entries was I got something from the train line. They said, oh, busy website, can we? So we, but that's all important stuff, and that's stuff
Well, it all adds
operations
to it,
need.
doesn't it? Yeah, yeah.
And you can put the live links on.
Especially when you've got 50 miles to go to get to the train.
Yeah, well, it can be useful,
Yeah.
but, you know, it gives people the choice what to use.
The because part has been upgraded, updating the Facebook page, isn't he? So is Wendy going to do that, or?
I believe, and I'm sure Joe will enlighten me more, but I think that the image, I think the discussion was that Wendy will adopt the parish council Facebook page and put
Oh,
the
that's right.
snippets on there
Yeah,
from what she thinks is important
That's good.
for the website. I believe that's the way that will work.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that is right. The only thing I would say is we do need to make sure that we remember to feed it into her so that she can put it on there
Yeah.
quickly.
I mean, we had to double check when we in Pat, because I think that is Facebook stuff, and I'd send it to Pat, but otherwise, because she's so busy,
Yeah.
you sort of think, oh, I'll do that in a minute.
Well, as I say, Pat not being here, we can't have that discussion at the moment.
No.
Let's sort out that, or just confirm what's what. Again, thank you for what you've done.
You're very welcome. Thank you for these. I shall now go and.
Empty the bottle.
Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome.
Don't forget your handbag.
Don't forget your bag.
Jim would have brought it home.
It's been minus some money though.
Oh,
You've got to
so
get
got the
it.
crown jewels in. See you.
Bye then.
Thank you.
Right, declarations of interest.
Yes, can I declare interest in 742A?
Hill Park. 729, isn't it?
Well, Rabbits.
Beg your pardon. 7458, yeah.
Yeah, I will need.
I'm not certain you need to, but I've been sold the land. You've got no financial interest, I take it, in what's built.
No, it's moved on, yes.
Yeah, so legally you don't have to. If you don't have a financial interest in whatever's being done, you don't have to declare it, but I understand you want to. Nobody else? Good. Excuse me. Minutes of the 10th of August. Comments?
Seem right? Yeah,
Happy?
yeah, agreed.
Public participation?
Yeah, a couple of little things really. Is there a new entrance being made into the sports field, or is it an old one being refurbished up behind the trees? A new little plantation
playing field then.
The lane, right?
Yeah.
In the corner,
Yeah,
looks as though somebody's been coming through with a tractor and some of the trees have been knocked as well. Looks like there's an entrance being made in there.
they're always,
I mean, what is it being refurbished?
we're talking about the top corner.
The top corner behind the little
Right.
plantation.
Yeah.
That is an access that is owned by Mr. Hayward.
Okay, it's fine. I
I
thought that's
wasn't-
probably what it has been refurbished.
He has the right, because the field is leased from him,
Yes.
he has the right to go along the top hedge and out through there any time he wanted. I'm surprised he's using it now.
Well, I would suggest that he's getting ready for the footpath,
Yes.
because that corner got to be modified.
I thought he'd done it.
But you think he's damaged some trees?
One of the trees has been cut off.
Oh, on the hedge,
one
like.
on the hedge.
Yeah, on the right hand side.
Yeah, yeah.
He,
Well, he had a phone call when I was in Belgium to say he'd done it.
all
The
right.
footpath was,
He's
you know,
he's
he promised to extend the footpath down
I'm
the
just
road.
curious about it.
Because he ploughed it and
The footpath
reseeded it again.
Yeah.
The footpath we put up through the field, which is the parish field, will go through that hedge, across that bit of lane, and then into Mr. Hayward's field as a continuance. And then the footpath we have at the moment that goes across the playing field and then out across, diagonally across that field, will be done away with.
Okay. The other thing is, when we had the beacon up here,
Yep.
the seat that was by the play area was moved up there, and it's never been moved back.
I wasn't aware it was moved up though.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. There's one that's got a table. attached
The
as well.
wooden one.
Yeah, with the table.
With great respect, you see, the playing field is run by the Playing Field Association.
Yeah,
Not by us.
Well, maybe I just
But-
don't know.
but-
It's
but-
never been
yeah,
moved back.
Well,
But you need to go with the
What-
A
secretary.
couple of times lately, I've been up there and parents have just been standing there while I'm doing the name. I just thought it
All right,
ought to be moved back. I mean, might be we need to be nosy again, but.
no,
Oh, no. You've got to take your dog for a walk, haven't you?
I will.
And the last thing is, and this might be of interest or not to you, but I quite often walk the dog at about 10 o'clock at night up there, and I go to see hedgehogs. One night I saw 4.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they looked like, they weren't together, but looked like an adult and 3 small
Yeah.
ones. Yeah. Quite often to see hedgehogs.
Interesting.
And we got 3 feeding stations in our garden,
Yeah.
and we'll have 5, 6 hedgehogs a night.
All right.
Babies, baby cogs, all sorts.
We had one last year, we live in Stanford Meadows, we had one in that garden down there.
There's a lot of hedgehogs in the village.
Can I ask you to just give the clerk your name so she can,
Keith Jackson.
so she knows who you are?
Yeah,
That's all.
fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I will have some words with somebody about the wooden seat.
Yeah.
I don't know who moved it, and I don't know Richard really the one that will
Yeah.
probably be the best.
Well, if he was here, he would know, and he's the chairman.
He
Yeah.
organised the do up there, and I expect it was moved for that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
The
there's obviously
alcoholic
no
in-
reason for that, but it's not been moved back. I just think
Okay.
it would be more used.
Yeah, I expect everybody's forgotten about it. That's all.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Clerk's report. Now that's going to be a bit strange tonight. Did Pat give you a clerk's report?
Well,
Apart from the,
not apart from
no.
draft minutes. I've got all the correspondence,
Yeah,
and that's about it.
no, it's okay.
The one thing we can update people on
I
though.
do know about quite a lot of these things. I can go through the ones that I know
Okay.
about.
What we, yeah, I've got a copy of the same thing that you've got, which is a bit that Pat has sent us as regards what he would, his information on what he would have got. Shall I run through it? I don't know what, the correspondence list you've already got. Everybody can see that, you know what's on it. Also put here, Devon communities together, briefing paper, allegations against people in position of trust, protocol. The clerk brought members to attention of a paper recently published by Torbay and Devon Safeguarding Adult Partnership staff responsibilities towards vulnerable adults. The item is progress report on defibrillator for Thornhill Head. All the equipment is now with Mark West, awaiting a contractor to finish some groundwork and an electrician to wire in the cabin. Progress report on adult fitness equipment. The contractor is due to start work on Monday the 3rd of October and it should be completed by Thursday the 6th of October. The client suggests there should be an opening ceremony, chief training sessions will be organised in the coming weeks. Litter bins for the amenity field. 2 bins have been delivered to Trevor Mills.
Chair, can I make a point? We ought to,
Jump in.
should we not also minute the fact that we've received a grant from Devon County Council for £3,000
For,
the fitness equipment?
I think we'll be doing all of that, Jim, when we mention it, or we're going to, he's suggesting an opening ceremony for it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got a problem with that.
So in the PC's only got fined, believe it or not, 479 quid. So, ought to go in the minutes, isn't it? So people can.
Yes, yeah. So,
And the other thing.
yeah.
Sorry. We've got a grant from Devon County Council for £3,000. That and the S106 money together means that the whole project is going to cost us £479. And I think Pat wanted some of the parish councils to go up on the 3rd.
He did.
To
He's
sort
asked
of-
me to go up.
Yeah, make sure
I think
they
he's
put it in the right place.
asked the revenue to go up. Did he ask you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't think yet, no.
Well,
On the 3rd?
On the 3rd,
we ought to want
Monday.
that- we ought to want that,
Anyway.
haven't we?
On
Yeah,
that
yeah. Well, I got the, like you say, I got the rubbish bins on there. I was thinking we didn't ought to do anything with they until that was being done.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we might be able to get them to fix the one up that corner somewhere.
I haven't had a chance to get hold of Richard yet, and I really want to get hold of Richard to make sure that we put them in the right place so they'll get emptied before we put
Ah,
them.
yeah, I won't hurry then.
No.
Before what? Yeah.
Richard Hest.
So that we can make sure they get emptied.
Oh, right, yeah, I'm with you, yeah, Richard, yeah, I'm with you.
I heard he'd been in hospital and had operation, so he mightn't be
Oh, that might be
working.
fine for me, yeah. Okay. To continue with that, the clerk has drafted 3 policies documents that he felt were important additions to the council's governance framework in view of the recent appointment of 2 members of staff, which we have approved: dignity at work policy, safeguarding policy, and the equality and diversity policy, which we've all agreed. The other bits come in as we go through the agenda. Correspondence we've done, progress report on defib, report on adult fitness, litter bins, etc. Operation London Bridge, really we can't do that without Pat. What I will say at this stage is thank you to everybody that was involved, including Pat and Wendy. We did a lot of work. Pat wrote out the speech, the proclamation. It's all a bit of a mess. We need to review it. I'd like to thank whoever rang the bell. Is that you?
One of them.
Okay. But as Charles is the same age as me, 73, and shortly in November he's 74.
Dave, can I ask a question? There was a book that you could sign in the church.
Yeah, there was.
Was it a special book?
No,
No, it was just,
no.
Because I understood that from Pat it was going to be a special book, and all it was the normal book.
it was a special one because it was
Loose leaf.
loose leaf.
No,
And then
where
I
was
had-
it?
It was
Eh?
on the altar.
It was up by the table by the altar.
Oh, well, fine.
So it was it had Buckland Brewer, parish church on.
It was all loose leaf, the idea being that all of the parishes have done their bit, it would all get put together in a single book.
Yeah. That's the plan. I think.
The only reason I say that is that Jane signed the book, visitor's book, and we noticed that lots of people had signed the visitor's book,
Oh, I
and
don't.
not the one in the
Oh,
auction.
right.
And I had a clue that where it was. We had a look for it.
It was
Yeah,
there.
right at the front.
Yeah,
I
the front.
did have to look for it.
I think Roger and
Find it.
Betty sort of
I take it it's been,
dealt with that.
I take it it's been taken.
It's not gone away anywhere. It's still here, but it's been taken off the table.
I wonder if we ought to put something on the website that if people do wish, we can ask Roger to put it out again.
Yeah, I don't know if they can. I don't know if there was a specific period when it had to be there.
I'm not aware of any.
I
Well,
thought it had to be closed the day
Yeah.
day of, after the funeral.
I think you're right. I think it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's that then.
Yeah.
We can't do much about that.
I mean, there were lots of opportunities for people to put things online as well, so I suspect a lot of people
Yeah,
would have
there
done
was, yeah.
tributes like
And
that.
there were
The official
condolence-
ones were all online this
There
time.
was a condolence book in here, I understand, was there?
No, we didn't. Because it was up there.
That was I was missing.
Yeah, I think-
There was one individual.
I think there was, because I think Pat was going to put one around, but then he discovered that there was one up there anyway, so he didn't. I don't think.
Okay.
We did purchase 3 books
Yeah.
with a view to putting them in each location, but then everybody seemed to know that there was a book in the church.
I'll look at that. Okay. I don't know what we can do about that, because if the time period's closed.
You can't. They won't get it
Well,
out.
you can.
It's gone.
Well,
They won't.
it has and it hasn't. That doesn't mean the parish couldn't hold a book with it still in.
Yeah, that's what you could do.
There's no reason why we can't have just a normal book with it.
Well, I have got a memory book which can be used for that purpose if you would like to
We
put
could
something out
on
there.
the website, if
We
people
just need to
would like
decide-
Just put something that we're going to keep within the parish.
Yeah, it's just a case of where is it going to be, and you know, for people to access it and for how long.
We'll have to have a word with Roger. I'll give Roger a ring.
Well, I can check about that one. That's fine. I thought if you wanted to do a separate one,
Yeah, we can do
let
that.
me liaise with Roger. I'll liaise with Roger and I'll come back to you.
You're going to have a word with
Yeah,
Roger?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably one
Wonderful.
thing to do.
But, I mean, if people want to do it, that would be an easy way of doing it, just one to keep in the parish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apart from bits and pieces, we really need to talk to Pat. We're there in,
Seemed to go
he
all right.
organised quite a bit of it and the information, so we are going to have another, as I say, 74, the King is 74 in November. I shan't get another proclamation out of me, but I shall.
I mean, there's obviously going to be a thing to do with his coronation, won't there? At some stage?
Well,
What
I
a-
talked to Pat about it, and I suggest we've got to fix the annual budget in December, and then we put some money aside, like we did for the Jubilee, you know,
Jubilee.
because no doubt the kids will want bugs again, won't they?
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
One thing I did think about, we've had this flagpole discussion a couple of times, but I did wonder, again, I would need a word with Roger, but I did wonder whether to do a removable one rather than a permanent one, in the way that I could make one with 3 legs on it, or 4 legs,
Like a tent pole.
like a tent pole. So that we could put it in maybe the corner of the churchyard, so we're not going to desecrate any old graves. So you just put it with a tripod, 3 legs on it, stake them in the ground, use it for whatever event it is, take it back down again.
Parkham have got a couple of scaffolding poles outside the church. That's what their flagpole
Yes,
is.
well, that's what I would use is a length of pipe is 21 foot.
I'm not a big fan of flags anyway, so.
No.
Well, it's just that I'm throwing it out there. You can have a think about it. Other people can mention whatever they want. There's just a few people around the village who like a flagpole. I'm just suggesting an alternate way of doing it
Yeah, because then you get the whole thing, who's going to put it up, who's going to
Well,
Take it down.
take it down.
It won't be in a great shakes to put up a tripod, will it?
No, I mean, if you had a permanent one or something.
Yeah, but, you know, you can just have a lengthwise 21 foot, so you put a flag on the top, put it up for whatever event, take it back down again.
Yeah, that makes more sense than having a...
Have a think about it, it's just a thought as regards that. Other than that, we need to, as I say, need to work out, because the one big problem with the London Bridge bit was the timing. Nothing was released to Pat or anybody else until the very last moment. And then we weren't allowed to do the proclamation until we were told, which was after Torridge had done theirs as a major district council. We couldn't do it before then. And we got all this nonsense of timing, which was very, very difficult. As you well saw, we had, what do we end up with, three parish council dates, because we weren't aware of what we could and couldn't do. But that one's just flattening out so we know what the next occasion is going to give us.
Yeah, we'll have to start planning for the coronations.
Well,
Street,
you know,
isn't
any
Nothing-
event, any
nothing
national
street.
event like that is what matters, and that's what we just need to do. But I think we'll have to finalise that with Pat at the next meeting if we can. Okay, anybody want to throw anything else in that? No.
No.
From Pat, police report. PCSO Liz Randall provided a report about crime activities in the last 12 months. In the last 12 months there have been 18 crimes across the parish. These include 4 malicious communications, 1 vehicle interference, 1 assault, 2 public order, 4 criminal damage, 1 drink drive, 5 domestic related. A number of those incidents were self-contained within an address in the last 12 months. Bedford neighbourhood team have welcomed a new neighbourhood sergeant, Glenn Clark. In addition, we have also recently welcomed a new PC, Laura Hancock, to the team. This brings our numbers to 1 sergeant, 3 PCs and 3 PCSOs. We cover Bedford, Northern, Mappledore, Westwood, Buckland Brewer and along the A39 to the Cornish border, including Hartland and Welcome, which I think we knew already. A little bit I'll add to that you may or may not have seen, nothing to do with the parish. The police have recently put up a camera at Selton Industries, near Selton, in Exeter, to which they caught 60 people not wearing their seatbelts and a number using their mobile phones. It's a camera that a human being looks at and makes a decision on what's on and not on. But I understand that the police or the safety partnership that have purchased this camera are going to put up a number of others around the county. So I give you fair warning.
Yeah, you think people would have sorted that out by now?
Well,
It was a few years ago.
This has only been there since the beginning
No.
of the month,
So,
and they caught 60 already.
never mind.
But there we go. Vehicle activated sign. Jim knows more about this than's written here anyway.
Well, the sign was returned, mended. Pat and I put it up about a week ago. And for the next couple of months, we've got it facing into the village. But then we'll turn it round so it goes the other way.
Yeah. Happy with the repair and everything else?
Yeah, it's telling you something different as well.
And what we're going
Well,
on?
it tells you to slow down at 20, whereas it used to give you could go up to 25, 26.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay.
See, there was a lot of people on the Facebook, wasn't it, or someone, Brenda was telling me, saying he's facing the wrong way.
There you go.
Well, they obviously haven't looked at the sign before
They-
then, 'cause
no.
it's in the
No.
cross down.
No. I mean, as I explained to people, we've got one, it costs over £2,000, and that's all we can afford.
Mm.
And, you know, we have to make a judgment call about because they got just as fast, they got the hill just as fast as coming down here.
Yeah, and they're still within what we would call the 20-mile limit.
Can I raise something
You can.
on this?
Yeah.
I was going to bring it under a member's report. If you go into urban London now, a lot of the areas are 20 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and they've got little bumps and all this stuff. But one of the things they have got is they've put a great big 20 in the road. And when and people could complain down the bottom of the village that they're being left out. They've got speeding cars down there. And I wonder whether we ought to approach Devon County Council and have a 20 put in the road past the Hill Park, and a 20 put in the road going out to Trevor's, and one up here, and one coming in from Parkham.
I have to say that the 20-mile an hour is broken on a daily basis in the middle of the village. And a lot of it, I'm afraid, are people taking their kids to school and rushing from work and rushing in.
But we
Yeah,
can't,
school.
I mean, we can't overdo the signage in terms
No,
of that.
but
And at the moment, all we've got is these
yeah,
poxy little 20-mile-an-hour signs stuck, against various places. And I think we could put a 20 in the road. I mean, I'd like to see an umlaut tag, as they call it in Germany, but where you swerve in, barrier. But I mean, county council, we tried that
yeah.
outside of Rogers the other night.
That-
So,
Lorries will sort that
but
out.
I think if we could approach Devon County Council and ask them to put 20
Yeah.
because they certainly works in London.
And they work in other places as well. There's 20-mile an hour. Bideford's got them. I mean, big ones in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I don't object
It's
to that.
who would pay for it? Isn't it?
Oh, I don't
Well,
know.
we can only ask. I mean,
Actually, we will have to think about a sign at the bottom of the
Yeah.
village, I think.
um,
So that both ends of the village.
there's no reason why highways can't do it. That Devon County Council are getting enough money out of all the flipping houses being built in this village. But if they can't stick a couple of bob on the road, it's a bad job.
But at the end of the day, I suppose we can pay for it if they will pay for it.
Well, yeah. If push comes to shove this, then we'll have to. But yeah, it's worth a shout.
So it's worth a shout, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Okay. Right, 736. Quotation for cutting the playing field grass. Matt Baker, the contractor who cuts the grass in the playing field, has submitted a quotation to cover costs for the next 2 years. He stated that he would keep his prices for 2023 at the same level as recently agreed for 22, and a 4.95 increase for 2024. The item has been deferred pending a decision about future grant support for the Playing Field Association. So that happens to be the next item.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, we could wait till December to do this in terms of the aggregate. But the one thing we do need out of them, I mean, they are now raising money.
Yeah.
Which sort of makes a bit uncomfortable, really, because it was dead easy when they had no money. We just chucked everything out and then let them go on with it.
I think we already said for the next 12 months we would cover
What, the grass
the
cutting?
grass cutting.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the rest.
Yeah.
Well, we
It's
need,
not just the grass cutting. we pay for, is it?
one of the things
Insurance,
we
isn't
need to see is a much
Yeah.
account.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All I'm saying, Trevor, is we ought to see their accounts before we give them any money for it at next year's budget. That's what I'm saying. Like, to be great respects, the village hall sends in their accounts,
Yeah.
even though we give them £1,000 for their.
Everybody that gets money from the parish council
That's
should submit
their
accounts.
annual accounts.
Yeah.
So we've got to see some accounts,
Yeah.
whether they like it or not. And up to date, as you say, if they've been raising money, which they have, then we need to know whether we need to support it or whether that money needs to go elsewhere. Okay.
Do you want me to contact Richard and
we're
Teresa?
waiting for Richard to come back, yeah.
So do you want it on the next meeting then?
And then, because his wife is secretary.
Treasurer.
beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll need to be.
Well,
Well,
the
Tree-
easy way to say, Joe, is that it's an annual award which we decide in December, and like everyone else, we need them to submit audited accounts for our December meeting.
I don't
That's
know if we can get all of the accounts, to be quite a long time a year, I suspect.
Yeah.
But I can't remember when the AGM is.
And the AGM soon.
Next week, isn't it?
Yeah, next
Or
week.
no soon, I
Yeah,
saw it
yeah,
somewhere.
It's in October, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
write to Teresa, she's the secretary, isn't she?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
she can coordinate with
yeah.
They
them.
want some accounts, even if it's only rough accounts,
Okay.
which you should be able to draw up. I'm not fussed about audited accounts. But
Yeah,
I'd
because
like-
they probably wouldn't have to be, it's just going to be examined, isn't it?
Well, if they have their AGM, they should produce some audited accounts for their AGM, should they?
Yeah. Well, they're not necessarily audited, but
Yeah.
they should be accounts.
Examined, isn't it, or something, not.
But the main thing is that we'll require those before we make a decision on the grant.
Yeah.
Right, some different fireworks events. Alison Holmes have suggested they would like to sponsor an activity in the parish, but Clark felt that the firework event offered a suitable opportunity and invited them to attend the next meeting on the 12th of October. Where it will be possible to discuss any issues surrounding the housing development at Orley Close, South Meadows. The catering company North Devon Hog Roast have been booked to attend the event on the 4th of November. The park will advise the event, advertise the event, and should we use the beacon in lieu of a bonfire? Well, there's a question. I'm not certain we're the only ones that should be involved in this. It depends on where all this is going to happen. If it's going to happen on the playing field, then we need to have a meeting.
It's the amenity field.
It's amenity field, that's where it's
So
at.
we're going down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where it's at, really.
No, I'm not either.
I mean, they want-
Okay, so do you want the beacon? Well, I take it we are going to be hosts of this thing then.
I mean, I'm fairly relaxed whether it's in the playing field or in the
Yeah, so what?
in the amenities field, because clearly, you know, we've got a problem because we've got air ambulance light down
Yeah.
here, which is it's for specifically for night time.
Yeah.
And it might be an opportunity where, you know, the playing field association might want to, you know, do a beer tent or something like that, like they did last time.
Thinking exactly the same thing.
That's, I had the same sort of feeling.
You had the same thought, Jack?
Can I
Well-
can I just break in here? Because
Yeah.
Pat has been organising this, and this is the post-COVID
I know.
celebration.
Yeah.
I'm not certain it makes any difference as to which field it goes in,
Yeah.
because it's all portable stuff. The only thing is if we have it on a playing field, it allows the playing field to have a beer tent, something and make a few bob at the same time.
The
I've
only,
not got an issue with the beacon. The beacon's at home, I can soon resurrect it.
the only thing that I was thinking is the actual fireworks, because if you do the fireworks up a playing field, it's right at the top, isn't it? And it's out, it's not too near to the houses. If you're doing it down in the amenity field, you're surrounded by houses. That's only my.
Yeah, so the rockets are going everywhere in somebody's garden.
That's
Whereas
all.
up,
You know,
whereas up there,
They do them
not
up
an
the
issue
top,
about that. I mean, if we
safety-wise.
if we think there's a safety issue, there's no reason why they couldn't go out the parish field.
Anyway, something to think about.
We
We haven't got much time to think about it now.
No, yeah.
Well, we need a meet with the playing field.
Well, I think we need to, as you said,
Yeah, I think
Pat's
that's-
organising it, so we ought to,
Yeah.
we ought to,
But we need to have a word with Pat, and we also need to have a word with playing field.
yeah.
If,
The other thing is, of course, the problem that there was with the last thing at Plainfield is there were no toilets. Whereas there is access to.
village hall.
We've actually got a toilet hire company in the village now. He lives in Southwood Meadows. No, Orley Close, or no, which way around? Yeah, Orley, behind the pub.
Yeah, well, okay.
Orley Close.
Well, yeah, we can have a portable toilet. there, that's
We,
what
this is, we enter the sort of grey area. If you have a word with
Yeah.
Joe, with Pat,
I'll find out why.
because if Pat says,
Yeah.
this is not a good idea, well, we,
That's right.
I think it may well have been to kind of focus on the new equipment as well, mind the fitness equipment, and have a bit of a rah-rah over that. Because there's been the tree planting, fitness
Although-
equipment, and the
although
seats in the
Although
meeting
it'll be late at night, will be the problem.
yeah, we don't.
Fireworks will be dark.
It won't be light. It won't be lit up that end. Exactly. Well,
Well, you won't-
we
you
could
won't
light
get
it, but
As regards to fitness equipment, nobody's going to see much of that,
no.
so
No.
that's different. I think that's going to have to be a different day.
Mm.
Be quite
And
honest.
we can always put it, I mean, I'm a great believer in using that field to its maximum, and you could always put our event in the bottom half of the field, so the top half of the field is still used for the air ambulance when it comes down, if it needs to come down.
But you still have to.
I've stopped cricket matches for the air ambulance, so, you know.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I still think you have to
fireworks being
think
going
about
up.
where you put the fireworks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's
Well,
going to be
Wherever,
cats and dogs, there's going to be.
well, it's been done before. I mean, fireworks is fireworks. They're everywhere. Really.
Yeah, but
Um,
I just.
We
Yeah.
need to get this moving, Dave.
Yeah, we do,
Yeah.
we do.
Well, we need a word with Pat first, and then we'll have to come to a decision
We've got a month.
if the playing field would like to host it, or whether he thinks that's a bad idea or whatever.
Well, not so much hosting it, but it enables them to,
Because we've got the finance for it, haven't we? From
Yeah.
the COVID
yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. 500 quid, didn't it?
I mean, just how I read it from that, he thought that was something that the parish council were going to do, just to, you know, come to the end and say
Yeah.
COVID was over.
He wanted a COVID party, I know, and
Yeah,
unless
I
he's got,
think he saw it as a COVID.
unless he's got a food ban or something in the village hall, which I really don't know.
No,
Um,
because he's got these people, the reason it's on the 4th and not the 5th is that the people that were doing the hog roast is the only, they could do the,
Oh,
they could
Do a
the
hog
festival
roast.
So, okay, we'll see what Pat's got to say to
See
it.
what Pat's got to say, he might kill it.
Okay.
The only while you're on that, the only thing I disagree with is whatever the Holmes people were called, Allison Holmes, wanting to sponsor the firework event. Yeah, I totally disagree with that, because it's all for their own end, really.
It is.
It would be better if they got X money that they put in the playing field of it for equipment or whatever, because it's 10 years old what's up there already now. I think when the last many more years before it's got to be redone. That was just a thought, anyway.
Well, let's just have a word with Pat first.
Yeah, yeah.
I know Alison Holmes are trying to smooth their way with all the buildings they're going to put up.
Mm.
Well, one of the things we need to find out from Allison Holmes is if you look carefully at their plans, their affordable houses are all marked. I want to know who's going to run them.
Well, whoever we decide is going to have a... don't we get a choice in that?
No.
I thought we did last time.
No, don't get a choice.
It's probably already been made.
We don't get a choice at all.
Well,
We can have a say.
Well, we'll have a say.
Yeah.
Because we did
Mm.
before, when the last thing we wanted to tell.
And I suspect expect their own process. I mean, they're going to be the last houses we're going to build anyway,
Yeah.
and we did on Hill Park.
Okay. Okay. Right, 739. Richard has suggested another litter picking day should be arranged.
When he comes back.
Yeah?
Come.
Yeah, happy with that? That's only a yes, no answer, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to wait. Thorn Led Information Board, Clark has distributed a draft layout.
Very good.
Anybody
Yeah,
looked at it?
No.
Not yet.
Really
Excellent.
nice.
I think there was options, weren't there?
Well, you want to see if everything's spoken.
Yeah, that's the spend.
Everybody looked at it or
Yeah.
not?
No,
Right, I suggest you have a look then
Yeah.
before the next meeting and we make a decision on the next meeting.
Yeah.
Buckland Brewer Welfare Fund, I've got no information on that and not really anywhere.
No, I haven't, well, whatever that was about, but we have been having some discussions about this.
Yeah.
About probably, about having something like a parish pantry where people can come in and pick up things that they feel that they need. So the idea is to put it up in the church behind the grill.
Have you had a word with Pat on this, have you?
No, this is what we've been,
Who's we?
me and the church.
Right,
So it's just ideas about what we can do. So I don't know what,
your ideas, okay.
yeah, but the idea, what I was thinking is that, okay, is how do you keep it going long term? And I was thinking perhaps if we had any donations of kind of goods or anything, yeah, that could go up there. But I don't want to take it away from the stuff that has been collected for the food bank, which has kind of got a huge amount of stuff
I
anyway.
don't think we were thinking of food in that
But-
way when we originally thought about it.
But what we could do perhaps is that if there was like a donation of money from wherever, is that we actually set up an account with the shop, and then we keep the pantry stocked up by using that.
Yeah. I mean, this arose, to start with, believe it or not, in a conversation in the pub after we interviewed for a webmaster. And it came to light that a pensioner in the village was really struggling in terms of renewing a footpath because he was now homebound and the access and egress to his house was very difficult. And it was put to us by a parishioner, member of the public, that can't the parish council do something to help? And I think, and certainly Robin had a long chat with Betty Banks, and I know Richard's partner was involved about putting together some sort of emergency welfare fund. It's not about food, it's about all sorts of things. You know, it's a general sort of support mechanism.
If somebody finds that they haven't got enough
and
money
so-
to put on a meter or
And so Robin was asked to go away and write terms of reference. I don't know if anybody's seen this.
No.
No.
I've seen it. Pat sent me a copy, so he must have a copy as well. The plan, contact members of our community who feel able to assist in the objective by either funding or hands-on assistance. To establish a formal structure such as a management committee under which auspices the service could be operated. To create and implement a stage plan starting with simply providing a village food bank, which is what you talked about, David. Progressing if when the situation requires the free food and warm centre. Locate suitable place in which to provide the service. To operate until the economic situation makes us redundant. And Pat's idea was that we've already gone down this road in terms of creating a group which is called the Education Support Fund, and whether we ought to do something like that, because it will bring other people in who want to help, and it's not just a parish council initiative.
So if people wanted some money to do something with them, they'd have to go through the process like the Education Support Fund.
Prove you need it, prove you want, and then
I mean, there are massive obstacles.
we can put a limit on it, we can
Because
do
people
all sorts of things.
Don't like like asking for help.
No.
I mean, that's and you have to be pretty observant in terms of.
That's why it's
When
That's
you
the
want-
biggest thing you want to think about. There are a lot of older people living in this village who've lived here all their life who would be too proud
Absolutely.
to ask.
If we got a wider population running it, we'll have a wider population that can glean the information, or somebody can tell that somebody X needs help. And I know it's full of ifs and wants and all sorts of traps, but if we don't try, we don't get anywhere.
Let me give you an example. We support Torrance Voluntary Cars, great organisation. But to go to North Devon District Hospital and back, even with Torrance Voluntary Cars, is 20 quid. And you might set up a network where, people might be able to take somebody to hospital 1 week, 1 month,
Well, even
once a
if
month
it's
or something like
even
that.
if it's just to pay for that, Jim.
Just to pay for that.
So you get somebody that's got to go to treatment and got to go every 3 or 4 days for a month. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or 2
So.
months.
The village is in this corner of a 20-mile long parish.
Yeah.
If you're going to start throwing out this kind of
Yeah.
nonsense, you've got to throw it all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Stop.
This isn't about the village, this is about the parish.
You've
Well,
got to think parish from day one.
yeah, well, the educational support funds are
Yeah.
does parish.
Barbara, I always think parish and not village, because you've got to. There are a lot of people in very remote places that all of a sudden may not be able to drive and may require some assistance.
But
We don't reach out far enough with some of what we do, because it's difficult to communicate with somebody who's out in the countryside that won't acknowledge you very well. But we've got to try somehow, and this may be a way that we can do it.
But I think as regards to the pantry, I think that's something that we're going to
Something else
set
with
that
it.
up.
But again, I'm not fussed about the pantry. What I would have said more than that is that perhaps if you find somebody in that situation, you should be able to give them a voucher that they can go into the village shop with.
The parish council can't do things for individuals, mind.
No,
we can.
No.
It's very, but there are ways and means that we can do this.
I mean, you're supposed to have a voucher to go to the food bank, which is given out by various organisations who do it. Because I used to give it out, but you got.
I mean,
But-
this is full of, as I say, traps. But
Oh,
all we
yeah.
can do is talk it over and see if we can
Yeah.
come up with something.
It's something.
It's not going to be easy.
No, it's something that we used to do back in the 70s. Really.
Pat has been doing quite a lot of research, and we did have quite a lengthy discussion about this, but I would suggest it's perhaps deferred and let him come back with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably needs.
I don't think we can take it any further without him, to be quite
No.
honest.
I think I'll throw it in again. I'm the only one here that supported it. Well, no. We should have drawn it before. We should come to reset the rates again this year. do our own research next year, but hold it where it is this year. That reaches every single house
Oh,
in the
yeah.
parish.
It may be, Borough, but it's a very small amount of money out of precept. I don't disagree with not doing it, and we'll have to discuss that
Yeah.
when the time comes. But if you look at your rates bill, it's not very much money.
I know it's not very much, but it's something.
Every
Over
penny
12
helps
months, yeah,
for
it's
some
over-
people.
What there is, I
Yeah.
can't remember what it is, but it's over the 12 months, don't forget, so,
Yeah.
you know. it's
Oh,
only-
yeah, it's something to think
It's
about.
only,
Quite
it's
great.
only £1 a week, a month. So that won't make a lot of difference to a welfare, but it's those odd occasions when, as Jim said, you want to get to Barnstable Hospital and you've got to go several times and it's 20 quid a time. Well, you know, and it's suddenly you're 150, 200 quid you've got to find in cash to pay somebody like a taxi. There's a bus, trying to get a bus from here is a nightmare.
But for appointments, that would be the thing of volunteer cars and that. So how much do you,
Yeah, but
do you
20
charge?
20 quid to get
20
a bus.
quid, is
It's
it?
20 quid.
That's what I'm saying.
I took somebody from,
Yeah.
from Monterey to North Devon Hospital this week, and it was £21.
But it's the whole thing about kind of identifying who needs that support, who's going to look at it and
David, it's
see if
not
they're...
going to be easy
No, it's not.
at all, but it's something we should look at. We have a responsibility to look. It may not be solved.
Well, the trouble is that the Devon County Council encourage that their grants will be cut by this government anyway, and so but we won't be able to kind of do. We can't pick up the things that other people should be doing.
No, but we can do something towards it. As Barbara said, we do have a couple of bob in the bank.
Oh yeah, we got quite a lot
And,
of bobs.
Don't advertise that too loudly. We have a couple of bob in the bank, and it should be used in the parish
Yeah,
if need be.
but it's how you
So
do it.
it's just something that we need to come back with it again. We're going to sit here for hours talking about this,
Yeah.
but we need Pat.
It's a good thought, but I can see it being abused and causing risks.
There's all sorts of pitfalls,
Yeah.
Barbara, to yet
Oh,
to
yeah.
come, which we've got to talk through. So it's just a thought at this moment in
But
time.
if the worry that we don't get it quite right is going to stop us do anything, then that's no good either, is it?
No, that's right.
I'd rather do
I think
something and
we
make
should-
a mistake.
I think we should accept that whatever we come up with is not going to be perfect.
No, not by any stretch of the
But
imagination.
I think it needs to be done, and I don't think we can spend the next 6 or 7 council meetings pushing it forward without doing anything.
We need Pat. Pat's going to walk away from all this anyway, probably after the next meeting, as he didn't manage to do this one. And so we probably need to set up an evening to have a natter about this, which we'll probably still do it on Zoom anyway. We don't need to meet here. As a parish council, we could probably set up a Zoom meeting to discuss this.
There's the whole wider things about the warm spaces and about that.
I think what he was looking at was having it outside of the parish council and having a committee.
It would only work outside the parish council.
Pardon?
It would only work outside.
Yes, yeah. But I mean, one of the things, I mean, there are lots and lots and lots of charities out there doing all sorts of things. And it's a question of whether people know about all the options and opportunities anyway. So it may be, you know, a better use of time is actually, you know, being able to signpost people and put them in touch with organisations and contacts that can help practically.
Information may be the better option.
Yeah.
But it's something we need to talk about and see where we go, because we have to stay within the legal framework as well. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I think it would have to be governed surely by the parish council
well,
as the main.
ultimately, the parish council would have to provide some funds somewhere. But what we can do, whether we can do it the same as the education support one, I'm not certain. But we'll come back to that. I've got here emergency plan
Well, we're all but done. What we're struggling with is names. So I really need some help from everybody to identify people, particularly on the outer reaches of the parish, who are, you know, the likely candidates for supporting.
Okay, well, we can
So-
deal with that.
So,
One of the things I put in the note, there's lots of things, you've got the note from me,
mm,
was that there was a view from your team that this ought to be the control centre.
Yeah.
And I'm dead against that.
Yeah,
I think the control centre should be the village hall. And the reason I say that is we've talked about, and Trevor's talked about a generator and fixing it up and plugging it in the village hall and all the rest of it, which would need some amendments, which Parish can. We can't put any money into this building whatsoever. We're not allowed to.
We could as an emergency centre.
But I still think, because the village hall's got all the equipment, and it's gradually, believe it or not, becoming the centre of the village as we do the housing development.
well, yeah, I mean, it's probably for a debate, you know, outside of this. But we did actually look at all the, you know, the logistics and everything, and this is much more suitable for a recovery centre.
I totally, absolutely disagree. Sorry.
Yes, I'm afraid I'll back you up on that, because if there is this complete loss of electricity or whatever happens, and we have to supply warm food, there's a huge cupboard at the hall that can be connected by somebody like Trevor or whatever. Could be connected up to a generator, enough to make it work, to be able to cook on. You know, it's a lovely little kitchen
Okay,
there. It's very tiny.
let me explain something as regards electricity. If you use a generator in any building, whether it be this one or the village hall, you have to put in a changeover switch. Couple £100 worth. You have to isolate the building from the electricity supply, because once the generator is connected then into the building, if the electric was to come back on, it would blow the generator across the building.
Yeah, but that is going to apply when you put
Yeah,
it
I'm not arguing with that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that you're not just going to connect the generator up in a moment's notice because you decided to put it into that building. There's a lot of planning got to go into this, and a lot of money got to be spent to be able to do it.
I agree with all of that. I'm agreeing with all of that.
When we
What I'm
looked at,
saying is, if you're going to spend that kind of money, spend it where you can make the most use of it. And if you use it at the hall, you have that very large cooker that can cook a lot of meals, and you can gather a lot of people together.
but when we were looking, what we've done is we've done a whole risk assessment of all the different risks and things. And the likelihood is that you wouldn't need to bring very many people in to an emergency evacuation centre.
Okay.
So that was part of the thinking behind it. We wouldn't be bringing in 100 people, or, you know, the likelihood is you're talking
Still
about.
disagree.
I think we need another
Pockets.
meeting, Joe, to thrash out one or two of these things outside of parish council. Just an evening to throw it all in the air and finalise it all.
That's fine, but that's what we've been crying out for. But we do need people to come
Yeah.
along and participate.
Well, we need to chuck it on the website. Put it on.
No,
the-
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about a public meeting at the moment, because I think that if there's dissent within here, that needs to be resolved first, doesn't
Well,
it? If you're sponsoring this plan.
the problem we have
We're
is,
sponsoring it financially, so I think we ought to have a say.
yeah, I don't argue with that, but we also need to include people from the village hall, people from the chapel, whoever, David, whoever runs the chapel. We need 2 or 3 other people apart from parish council to give us an input when they even want it in the building. Have you spoken to Roger?
I've raised it at our meeting.
Yeah, I've got very negative bits from village hall committee.
Well, I'm the
Whenever I-
secretary, so. and you've
We're
got
on it.
three other
but we need another meeting. We can't do it here and now.
No, that's fine, and the intention was today was the meeting, but obviously.
I know, it
if
got
you know, if
thrown
it
out
all
because of
changed.
everything else.
But it's, you know, this, at the moment, this is just the emergency plan
Yeah.
working party, and we are desperately trying to get some support here to finalise this. Now, if you want to throw it all up in the air and start again,
I
that's
know, I
fine,
don't
but
want to do that. No.
I didn't get any feedback about.
Yeah, and I apologise for that.
Did,
'cause
I wrote your memo.
No, yeah.
I was going to give you some and I hadn't
All
got
right,
it
so,
sorted before the
you know,
time.
it's fine, I'll book a meeting, but, you know, we need
Yeah.
some support, please.
Okay. That's what we're up to. We need to get it dealt with. Put to bed before Christmas, that's for certain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the way things are. Right, okay. Next one is the housing development policy. I don't think there's anything on this because this is just something I threw out. We need to have a statement as regards what we want in the way of housing. Personally, I would like to see all housing with solar panels on the roof. It may be things that may not be possible or achievable, but I think we need to have one or two things that we want rather than what others want to foist upon us. Now, I'm not saying you'll reach a decision tonight on what you want, but I'd like you to think about what you like in the future. At the moment, we've got housing going up everywhere, expensive housing that these youngsters ain't going to be able to afford, especially now we've got a government that's made a mess of the interest rates. So if you want some,
That's not quite true. There are 17 affordable houses.
there are, but there's not enough, Jim.
Well, I agree with you, it's not enough, but I'm still nervous about them filling them. But I hope they are, because I want them to fill.
But then we need to sort out whether we want some social housing.
Well, we do.
Well, we do. And we want a mark to Tucker's Park as well, don't we?
Well, there you go. That's what I say. We want a development policy or a plan on what we want.
Well, we went partner with that when we did our local plan, didn't we?
We did.
Where
it's not
things
broad.
were-
It's not broad enough.
No.
We need to have something. We need to present to Torridge and say we're not happy with what we've got.
Yeah.
I don't care whether they spit it back in our face.
Well,
I'm not interested in that.
it's what what they're going to do with that. What can
Well,
what will they do?
We
with it?
are, unfortunately, and I don't think Torridge will ever achieve it, is the 5-year land supply, housing
Yeah,
land
I know.
supply. And as a result, that's national government policy, and developers will just pick us up. The problem we've got, I saw that in the paper today, is it 280 houses Torridge are going to try to stop? The developer is going to appeal. I bet you bottom dollar the developer
Yeah,
will appeal.
but-
But yeah, all things are achievable if you ask. I mean, I spoke to a housing officer a while back. I said, why aren't you building wooden houses for kids? And he said, well, if you want them, if you get a builder to build them, we'll give you planning permission to do so.
I think the problem, if you talk to Pierces, the problem is they won't move until the government tell them they've got to move. And everybody knows that everybody's going to need an electric car or a battery-driven car or all the rest of it. And they're in a house in this village where you could plug one in.
Well, housing.
They're putting the electricity capacity into these houses, but they're not putting the infrastructure in there so you can actually plug your car in.
I understood that you were going to have that for all new houses.
Not yet. I think it's 2025 they've got to do it by.
Maybe. But, as I say, all we need to do is put something together. Just have a think about that scenario. Because if we go along just looking at planning permissions coming into us, we're behind what we want.
I mean, we did a partial bit of that with the parish plan, didn't we? You know, of what people wanted it
Yeah,
in there.
but I mean, that can come out of the parish plan, and we need to approach Torridge more with what we want.
And say no,
And say no more, yeah,
and mean it.
absolutely.
Yeah, but
You know,
I
just
just,
But I'm afraid I mean, I'm proposing this, but we could be too late unless.
Well, yeah.
Unless.
Well, we're already
unless
too late.
Well,
Too many
not
houses.
necessarily.
well, we tried to stop the Southwood Meadow development,
We did.
and that blew a coaching horses through the development, through the plan, didn't it?
But all you can do is try. It's no good us sitting at meetings saying,
I mean, we did do that in some way with when they were building on you know, the wind turbines, didn't it? Because we said that we wouldn't support anything unless it was outside of a certain radius, didn't we? Of a
600
house.
metres, 600 metres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we tried to stick to that, didn't we? And I think we did.
More or less that's that.
Yeah.
But again, we need to put something in writing on what we want. Just have a think. That's all I ask.
Okay.
There's nothing definite at this moment in time. Members' reports. Barbara?
No, I don't have it.
Rose? No? Jim, you got a bar report?
Yeah, bear with me. I had a request for a seat on the village green.
Oh, right.
Um,
Oh, well.
yeah, the only option I thought was they could build a circular seat around one of the trees. The question, I said I'd bring it to the parish council, they phoned me up and asked me, because, you know, in the summer it's shadier with the trees, to sit under the trees rather than sit on the benches in the open section.
Oh.
That's the new one, isn't it?
There are
That's a no one.
seats there already.
Yeah.
Somebody say something.
Well, I mean, like I say, there is some there already, isn't there? But yeah, I guess they want it in the shade, you know.
Yeah.
Well, under your wall is always shaded.
It's always shaded there.
And it's got solid foundation.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm putting it round the tree. Those roots sit a long way out from the ground.
Yeah, but they do, yeah.
You've got a job settling that.
It won't be easy to put a seat on the village green because it's sloping ground. I'm not certain it's a good idea at the end of the day. You'll have to put some gravel down or something round where the seats are.
Yeah.
Otherwise it would just be a muddy patch.
Yeah.
It's not simple.
I'm not particularly
Well, I thought
enthusiastic.
I brought it. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I was over the playing field the other day and was looking at where George has put the path through, and I noticed that the path that we've put in is now really overgrown and really needs cutting back. And whether we ought to get Matt in there to trim it all back.
Well, I'm not surprised because nobody's going to walk up and down there and keep it down at the moment while they can still go across the field.
No, I agree. But
So
should we-
until the footpath people come and say, we can get on and use it.
We need to finish. George needs to finish his end.
Yeah, I got the gate for the other
and we've
end,
got
but
the
it's
gate
the,
for the other end.
it's the middle bit that's,
Yeah, I agree.
Rerouting it, isn't it? Officially.
Well, we need to get it officially closed and then we can close it off. You've got to have the order put in first before you can close it. So we need to finish it, the rest of it, and then get the order to close what's there and then close it off, which isn't difficult to do. It's a gap left purposely for this moment in time. But we need to get George's bit, pretty George in there, because he can tell us where we are with that. So that's going to have to wait until we can have a word with George.
Okay. Right. Next thing is utility field. it was used for car parking for
Yeah.
a week was fine. But is there any way we can share that in the sense that it's a massive field, and we really ought to keep it open for the air ambulances often as much as possible? Do they have to have the whole field when the village hall uses it for over parking?
What I've agreed with the air ambulance when I had a meeting doing that was that my intention was to mark out a football pitch up the top, fix the goalposts up the top, and then the air ambulance would use the bottom.
Well, yeah, but the air ambulance won't be able to use the bottom because the light's at the top.
No, I would turn it. I'm not going to use the lower bottom. They'll use the bit away from a five-a-side football pitch. And if you want some cars, they don't like objects in the field. They're concerned about the goalposts because they're afraid they'll blow around because helicopter creates such a drama.
Yeah.
But that was what I intended, was a five-a-side pitch up the top with the goalposts fixed, and the air ambulance would use whatever they wanted in the bottom.
But the important thing about the air ambulance is at night. That's what worries me.
Yeah, they'll use the bit towards the gate.
And as long as they can use it at night, that's the problem.
Well, they can. That's agreed with
But I also think when the village hall, I've got no problems with it all using it for car parking, but we could divide the field in half quite easily. They could.
well, that defeats the
Not
point
that
of it.
easy. Okay. I mean, I don't see a problem with where it is at the moment, because they won't be parking there in the night. That's when the air ambulance
No, but
needs that
there's a do in the-
area
There's
most.
a big do in the village hall on the 28th of October,
Yeah.
and I assume that they won't want to use the car, but to park cars in that.
When I had the meeting with Tollway, he said, any time you've got an object in the field that is a danger to the air ambulance, email me and we'll make sure that we don't land. We'll use somewhere else if we can. Or never, you say they've got another light over Bristol?
Friddlestock's telling
Bristol,
about it
oh.
anyway, yeah.
So there is an alternative,
Hmm.
which isn't very far away.
Yeah, but, and Parkham is going for
Yes, I think they
They're
are.
going for a
they've
light
put
as
in
well.
for a light, I'd say, for London site.
Well, there you go. So all that he said to me was, if you have anything like that in the field, send us an email just to make sure that we don't land, and we'll pick somewhere else. It's as simple as that. So I don't care how many emails we get telling us not to land. You know, can be 10 different people sending us the same email. I don't care. As long as somebody tells us.
They are notified each time. They were told about the,
No, I'm not worried about, I'm not worried about them being told. I'm worried about the people that, a lot of people put a lot of effort to get the air ambulance light there for night flying. And it was built for the community. It cost £5 grand, and that was raised very quickly. All I'm saying is that there is room for both in everybody, but that must take precedent at night.
This is going to be a difficult one, I'm afraid. Whether you help to support events within the village hall and elsewhere, or whether you just prioritise the air ambulance. I know where you're coming from as regards costs and everything else, but I don't know how many days in a year we have other things on the field. I suspect it's less than 10.
Well, it's not that, but it's night. It's night. That's what it's. I agree with you. The air ambulance can land anywhere because we can. The air ambulance always used to land in the playing field at the top of the village, and we've got everybody around there has got the number, so we can open the gate and they can land there during the day. That ain't a problem. The problem's at night, and all I'm saying is that was built specifically for night flying and for the community. And I just think that we've got to live together. And I think the important thing is that that's being used at night and can be used at night at all times.
How big an area do they need?
You can't do that. You can't do that. I've
All
already
depends on the
spotted it.
weather.
When I spoke
Yes.
to him, look, the pilot makes that judgment on how much
He always
room he wants.
lands flying into the wind.
All right,
He
so,
has to-
so it's very,
Nine,
could be anything.
he's
Anyway.
even concerned
Yeah.
about flying over the housing estate as it's built because of plastic and bags and all
Yes, I
sorts
saw
of
some,
things
yeah.
being drawn up
Yeah.
into the helicopter. But 9 times out of 10, that's the way they'll come in, because they come into the wind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know what else we can do with it, Jim, to be quite honest. I don't want to start dividing the blessed field. It's not there for that.
No, I agree. But
The amount of
all I'm saying is that, you know, we've got to recognise that that's a facility.
Oh, I wouldn't argue with that for one
And
moment.
that, you know, it's not just a natural overflow car park for the village hall.
No, it's not.
It's not, it's just
The problem at the moment is that the village hall car park is used as a car park for the builders. And that's the killer at the moment. There are lots and lots, tens and
31 one morning last week.
I was going to say tens and tens of builders' vans and cars
Oh, yeah.
parked there
Yeah.
because they've got nowhere else to park at the moment.
I don't-
But that,
And the moment the village hall said yes, that
Yeah.
was it, the floodgates opened.
And I mean, anything like that would only be during the day anyway, it wouldn't be night time.
Well, that's right.
And, I mean,
But that's why cars end up on the playing field with events. I mean, you had it the other day with a wake being held in the village hall, from what I
but that
understand.
was specifically agreed for
Yeah, I'm not
just to
arguing with
move
that.
out the car park.
Not arguing with that for
Yeah.
one moment.
I agree with parish
But you
council.
ended up with, pardon?
I agree with parish council, but go on.
But then we can't do that, Jim. We can't
No.
be involved in what the village hall does as regards events. It's not.
No, we can't. But we.
So sorry, for the person in minutes then, what is the issue and what do you want to?
Jim's concern is that, I mean, this is night time as well, that he's trying to divide the field so that we have a dedicated landing area for the air ambulance, I'm assuming that's what you're after.
Yeah.
And I'm not certain we can do that.
All right. Well, we've had a discussion.
I mean,
Yeah, but you can't specify if you depend
I
on the
should-
wind, doesn't it?
I should think we ought to be grateful for what we got,
Yeah.
and we have to all work together.
Yeah.
And the odd using the field for a car park is not a problem.
And it also depends on the weather too, doesn't it? Because you won't want to go in there if it's...
Oh, in the winter they
It's
would
coming
be
to
in
the-
there.
it's
No,
coming to the time
no.
of year where they won't be able to go in there.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's going to be too stucky, isn't it?
I mean, permission was sought from the parish council for that as well.
Say again, sorry?
Permission was sought from the parish council to use the amenity field.
I'm
Yeah.
not certain it
Oh, well,
was.
that's what it was.
It might, well,
They might have asked Pat.
Or from Pat,
if
from
they
Pat,
have asked
anyway.
Clark,
Yeah,
but
didn't come here.
I don't think anybody else was informed.
No.
I
Okay,
think
come on,
Pat
I'll stop there.
Okay, I
That's
think
what-
Pat
that's
assumed that we would be quite happy for it to happen. And I wouldn't have objected to it anyway.
What, the other thing I want to raise
Yeah.
is, new parish council, there's another note on the website today, encouraging local people to stand for parish council next year.
Okay.
Do we need to do something face to face? I put something on so that people know, interested, they can see what being a parish council is and all this.
We're going to an Exeter race course this week and
yeah.
next week for the adult AGM, and I see one of the workshops is about encouraging people to become
It is.
parish councillors. I don't know. I mean, I suppose you could have an evening where people come along and just talk to the parish councillors and the clerks and things like that. Because you don't.
Well, it's just getting bumped on seats, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, my worry is, like always, we've got 9 seats we won't even get 9 campaigns.
Well, this didn't last time, did
We
it?
only had 5 last time.
Yeah, workshop F is encouraging people to stand for election.
I think it's one is,
Oh,
you won't have enough women, and you may not.
You can't be sexist on that thing, Barbara, because we'll take whoever comes.
But I think you do need a
you've
balance.
got to be very careful
You
what
need
you're
a
doing.
mix.
Yeah, you do
You've
need-
got to be careful what you're doing with that.
But then the problem we've got, Barbara, is I agree with you. But the problem we've got the other day, if we have an election, then it's up to the electors who they decide to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's up to the gods.
It is better if you have a mix.
You've
I
got to
mean,
be-
I mean, we managed to fill the complement, didn't we? Eventually, gradually,
Yeah.
by co-opting people on, but
I mean, co-option had to deal with it,
But,
which isn't really good.
No.
but
I
it may
mean, we can see what they're going to say at this.
yeah,
At this
see what they
meeting.
suggest, isn't it?
See what we can do with it. We may have to do something, but you've got to be careful what you do. That's legal.
Right, next question to Trevor. Trevor, the last parish council, you brought up, and I've been down to have a look, so I do apologise. Have Pierce's repaired that hole yet that you were complaining about, down the bottom by the trees? Have they done it?
Well, they fenced it, but I mean, we wouldn't expect them to do it until the autumn.
All right,
Pat did send him an email.
right,
They put fence there to keep the kids off,
right.
because they was running
Running
up
right.
over and in, you know,
Yeah.
so,
They would.
Right up there.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got to be replanted, but you wouldn't expect it to be done until the autumn anyway.
Okay.
And Pat did send Pierce's an email asking that particular question. I don't know what response he got.
The last thing is, there's nothing on here about the industrial units either. Have we got any, do we know what's happening?
Some of the bits, Steve had got somebody that he wanted permission to go on the field to do a survey or test.
There've been some surveyors down this week in the road, and whether they were doing some work.
There was an email that I read that he was looking for permission to go on the field, and I think Pat was dealing with that with them.
So there might be, all I'm looking for is things are moving along really.
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
That's me done.
Yeah, it's not stopped. Perhaps you've got anything?
No.
Colin?
The village always put in for planning permission.
Or
I think that's right, isn't it, Barbara? It was going in today
Good.
for the
extension?
extension for the whole.
Excellent. Any chance? Oh, it's
Well, they got to get planning permission before they can do any fundraising.
So what are they going to do?
So
Fred?
that- Sorry?
What are they
Can you
going
give
to
us
do?
a rough idea what they're
What
going to
are
do?
what are they going to do?
Well, it would be similar to what's there, what they're looking at.
All right.
That would be £1 million.
Oh, I don't doubt that for 1 minute.
You know, so that's, we'll be looking at all the developers and raking the odd coins out of their pocket now.
When you say what's there, what do you mean? What are you going to add to what you've got?
Just another.
Well, it's similar size that the site will take. I mean, this is only like an outline plan,
Yeah.
but
Single stories?
it'll be a couple more rooms at the back.
Single story?
No.
That's not to be.
2-story, wasn't it?
It could be. Yeah, some was 2-story, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah.
So we're going to have to wait and see.
You got to wait and see. Yeah, yeah.
That's all right, that's moving forward. How much we short of?
Well,
How long's a piece of string, isn't it?
I don't think you could pile it up. You're in pound notes, but
There must be a point where you have X amount of money, and you need X amount of money because you've only got limited time to build the blessed thing before the planning permission runs out. So you've got to
Before the
start.
price gets up.
And the price goes up.
It was suggested at a meeting we had that we put up the complete shell,
Yeah.
look towards and upstairs or, and, 2 stories, but just get the shell done, get the bottom layer done, and then finish it off as and when.
Do it as a long-term
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. It runs a little bit
It's a,
scarce, there's nothing wrong
it's a
with
good
that.
idea, really.
So this will put the estimated as £1 million, is it? You said?
Well, 7 or 8,
Something
I
like
think it was, you know, but you know what it's like.
Well, it could well be £1 million at a time, with
Yeah.
inflation's
And
built in.
Well,
end of next
furnished
week,
and
yeah.
done as well.
So it's very much cost of that, because when we put the original one up, we had a quote to build what was basically Wolseley Mark II, and that was £850,000.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice.
All right, anything else, Trev?
Yeah, well, just saying about Cranham Hill there, they'd been spreading slurry and well fertilised the hill. But I see they've been there and chucked a load of sand on it. Well, I come up and got, good job I got 4-wheel drive. I was spinning to come round the corner today when it's dry. So you imagine the sand's still there, channels in it where they've washed away.
The trouble with that is going to go straight down in the drains.
Well, just
anyway.
down, choke the drains up and goodness knows what
It
else.
could be tomorrow, because we're due for a lot of
Yeah,
rain
it is.
tomorrow.
Mm.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
So what do you want? You want a letter or something to Highways or to the owner?
I don't know, I think that's probably the, well, I would have said we could have sent a letter to the farmer reminding him that, you know, it's right on the steep, on the sharp bend. If somebody goes down there with a trailer load of corn,
Okay.
and it'll be all out in the field.
All right, so we better do one to him and a copy to Highways is what
Yeah.
it really should
Who's
be.
the farmer, Trevor?
Well,
Mr.
we know
Bond,
who it is,
I think.
but,
Mr. Bond.
I was going to say, do you want to advertise?
Well-
No. We know who it is.
We know who it is. Everybody knows who it is, you know. It,
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll work out a letter to him and a copy to Highways is the best thing. Anything else?
well, yeah, Northwood Lane's all right, isn't it? At the moment, they haven't been loading out into the lane from the
I better explain that. When we did the proclamation and walked down through the church yard, we were told that the man that's bought the building plot
Yeah, the bungalow.
in the corner
Yeah,
Yeah.
top of the bungalow.
was loading agricultural trailers out in the lane. And several people have tried to walk up
blocking the
lane
footpath
and couldn't get
as
past.
well.
To which I went up with Trevor and had a word with the man, and he didn't realise that I said, well, you can't block a public footpath, and he apologised, and they went back and used the normal, or the route they should have used in through Silver Meadows.
But yeah, I haven't heard anything since.
I
So
haven't heard anything either, so I'm assuming that that's
So,
still okay.
Obviously started then.
whilst I'm on that subject,
Yeah.
there's 2 lorries went into Oakwood, that's down at Glen, come down with stone, and I suppose they couldn't get over the bridge, and they backed in the drive there to turn and smashed the stones that they was using
Yeah,
to
so-
keep people off, and there's a hellish skid mark or out and up the road again.
It's not been the first time that's happened, did it?
No, well, there was a lorry load of concrete blocks there stuck the other day.
Does the sign up Catsborough Cross,
Length,
is that,
It's only length.
yeah, that's what I mean, in order to say,
The
no,
worst road is going up to more cross at the top.
or there.
Because there is a sign at the bottom of there, no HGV vehicles.
Yeah. I was wondering if there didn't ought to be something,
Allison Cross,
Yeah, Ashton
Yeah.
Cross,
but
no
they
HGV vehicles.
There's-
And we nearly got run off the road by a concrete lorry.
There's one there by BJ's telling HGVs not to go down through town,
Yeah.
but they ignore that one as well.
Mm.
But that's why we need to have contact and talk to Alison Holmes.
Yeah.
Because when we have problems with Coles's, we were able to phone Coles's up.
What I was going to suggest is that we do a letter to both of the developers, we'll remind Pierce's that we've had some complaints, as well as Alison Holmes, about lorries,
Using the wrong roads.
well, using an undesirable road with consequences.
Is there anything we can do about the signing? I know it
No.
says about the length,
We
but
can ask, but the,
you know,
the problem you'll get, I can tell you where the first objection will come from, will be George. Because agricultural tractors and trailers would, if you put a 7.5 tonne or something on it,
no, we just say HGV, you know.
you can't do that.
Well,
Well,
they,
there is,
they do.
Yeah, but the problem.
No HGV, yeah, and they ignore it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Other than that, you put a weight limit on it, George wouldn't like a weight limit.
No, I'm not saying that, but you know, it
Don't know
is
how
a
you
bit,
do
it's a
get
bit,
round it really.
it's a bit
I know.
vague.
It's
you know.
just,
All you can do is speak to the developers and try and encourage them
Yeah.
not to use it. It's the only way we do it, I'm afraid. And that's what we'll have to do. Did you understand anything?
that's it then. I've cleared the list.
That's you done, is it?
You're in competition with Jim, aren't you?
I haven't got anything either. So.
You haven't?
That's unusual.
I think that's all of it. I haven't got anything else. I'm happy to say. Okay, application, application for Hill Park, an additional 5 dwellings associated with external works and extension to the existing development. No, you don't have to leave.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah. The worst case scenario, Barbara, was you wouldn't be able to vote, and you, as I said, you can, because you've got no financial interest in the planning. No, you don't have to go. So, anybody looked, any thoughts? I have to say I'm disappointed because I thought we were going to get some lower cost housing than what we are getting from Pierce's.
Well, there's 4 houses, in one of them, 5 houses, and one of them is 2-bedroom house.
I know, but if you, when he spoke to us, when he originally talked about the housing, then he was talking about a lot more.
Well, there are a lot more, aren't there, on the site?
No,
There are.
and these, if you look, it's nearly all £350,000 houses, but
I think there are a lot more 2-bedroom houses on there than you think.
So they're going down further down.
right in the corner,
Right in
the
the corner.
last bit, they've got to put by.
Yeah, I did look at the map. Yeah.
What I did
I
say.
asked Pat if it was inside our settlement plan. And there's a Dubati, some Dubati, because it is inside our settlement plan, but not inside the Torrance district. You know, there's a difference between the two. Not much, but it's going down the edge.
I see highways aren't happy with it because they're not happy with the turning.
Well, there's been no public objections, no objections whatsoever.
Oh, isn't there?
No at all.
Well, you know, another 5, I suppose, probably think.
And coming back to the government.
Well, it hasn't been out very long yet, have it?
No.
Anyway, so
No.
you can't say there isn't any.
No, I said up to date there.
Okay, so thoughts, you want to pass it, you want to pass comment? You want to sit here and listen?
I've got to the feeling that we don't want any more building in the parish. Not,
I think,
need to shut the
don't,
gate.
We've had that battle, Trevor, haven't we?
Pardon?
We've had that battle. We had that battle with Southwood Meadow.
I think,
Yeah.
Trev, you're going to have to let them build, this will be the last 5 on that, no,
Yeah, well,
yeah, the last 5 on that site,
Yeah.
and that'll be that, finished.
Mm.
see, I think
you've
at
got-
some stage or other, Chair, we need to, and I understand where Trevor's coming from, we had a meeting in 2013 and we decided the size of the village that we wanted by 2031. Everybody's agreed on that. And then Brom comes along, puts his 2 pence in, just goes straight to Torres District Council. No, not batting on it, because they haven't got the 5-year land supply. And Torres will never have a 5-year land supply. They're a small council and they're terrified.
Well, North Devon can't either.
They're going to try to do it because they lose and they'll cost them a lot of money. And, you know, this is a stupid national policy because I can't see how they were going to get any land to make up this 5-year supply.
They can't, I'm not asking for it, that's the problem.
Well,
And people aren't going to. Why would you put your land forward to stop housing being built when you've got it down as building land? Aren't you going to want the money? I mean, it's a bit of an oxymoron, really, I'm afraid.
I think you're right on the comments earlier about, I think this week is going to show that a lot of this development, I mean, the Bedworth development at Brunswick Wharf, I think, is in Elemeness. So, it's all going to come
But
out.
the finances are going to be in a mess from now on, but that's beside the point. Let's deal with this first. Are you going to approve or not these 5 pounds?
I just think we've got no choice.
Yeah,
I tend to agree, unfortunately.
yeah.
Everybody happy with that? You want to vote on it?
Well, I shall vote against it,
Okay.
just to show the public that we're still concerned about everything that's happening in the
Well,
parish.
You make the point, Trevor, and I think at some stage we've got to write to Torrance and Devon County Council. Because one of the things we've got to do is, there was money allocated in terms of the South Meadow development to widen Norley Hill. Now, we've got to get them to honour that. That's a first thing. You've been taking these samples from the sewage in terms of the river. So there must come a time where, you know, as far as the public utilities come, we've come to the end of the road. I mean, even when I spoke to the head of planning at Torridge, he always thought that the Bromwell development was a development too far from Buckland Brewer. And but you know, we're stuck with government policy, I'm afraid.
It's not just that, Jim. The problem is that we did a local plan to cover this village for development up until 2031. Now, by the end of next year, they'll have filled all that space up.
Yeah,
It will be done,
yeah.
you know.
No, Trevor's right. We've come to the. I mean, I think these 5 years here and there.
It's
But
all,
in terms of
it's all pound notes at the
our
moment.
development, we've come to a full stop.
Oh,
Yeah,
because-
it's all been pound notes. I mean, Leon's site now, he sold that, or in the process of selling that, will be the last big site that we'll have. And I shan't be sorry to see the back of it, all these flipping lorries going up and down the village. But I don't know what we can do. You might as well say, yes, well, we have approved the 5 houses. At the end of the day, Joe, we've got no choice, really.
But there is going to come a challenge.
This is what I say, you need to know.
See, I think in terms of future housing policy, Chair, that you were talking about earlier, there's another section that we talk about the infrastructure
Yeah,
in
well,
the parish.
all the lot, Jim.
It's all got to be put on the table.
Absolutely. Okay, let's move on. Item B is a decision, which is a barn, reference, 2-storey, single-storey, barn conversion, turning and parking, granted permission. C is a decision, which is land south of Norwood Lane, general purpose, agricultural machinery, follow storage bill, granted permission. D is a decision, 12 Orley Close single-storey extension to the rear of the property, granted permission. E is decision, land at Silkman's Farm, reserve matters of application, rapid clearance, landscaping layout and scale, to outline application, erection of one agricultural workers dwelling, granted permission. Okay, decision, land adjacent to Orley Close Reserve matters, application for appearance, landscape and layout, scale pursuant to outline, planning permission, erection of 27 dwellings. Now that is outstanding at the moment. Has anybody looked at this?
Well, that's a decision, isn't
That's a decision, they've agreed it.
it? It's reserve matters, wasn't it?
It says application permitted on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Fantastic.
G is decision, agricultural building at Baby Barton, change of use, one dwelling house associated buildings operation, granted permission. H decision, building at Orley Mills, demolition of existing dilapidated agricultural building, erection of new building, granted permission. And
Great big shiny one in position already.
Was that right? I've not noticed.
I'd say
land of Penwood Park, erection of 2 new bungalows, granted permission.
I keep asking your dad when he's going to start the power station down there.
He's already got that, been producing power down there for years.
Oh, no.
Yeah, turbine in the river.
Turbine down there somewhere, Rosie, isn't there? I used to
Oh.
run a turbine when,
Water wheel, isn't it?
Horse wheel, yeah, water wheel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad wants to get that going again.
I was like, Grandpa used to use it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, accounts. Have I got the right thing? Yeah. Okay.
No, I didn't know where it was.
Receipts and payments, August, September,
I
bank
didn't know that one.
balance at
This one,
31st
that
of
one's a
August
shot. Oh, no, that's
was
last one.
74,473 pounds,
I'm not accounts.
Parish Council current account was £19,056.73. Thornell Edmore account was £8,106.30, and the saving account was £47,310.70. The fund balances as of the 31st of August. General account has £55,366.80. Thornell Ed account has £19,106.30.
When do we give out the money to the graziers?
To the what?
Graziers, I'm not quite certain because of twice a year. I can't tell you the date of that off the top of my head.
I can't
I've
remember.
done it about March time, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, right. I couldn't remember.
You'll know because we'll have to agree it.
When the next slice
Right,
of money comes in.
Payments for August, September. Pat, August salary, Buckland Brewer all grant £1,000. Youth project grant £300.
Yeah, thank you.
Buckland Brewer PCC grant of £300. Surface Heritage, Northern Record Office £200. Community Shop £1,000. Volunteer Cars £500. Life Education Essex and Thames Valley grant, I don't know what that was.
Oh, that's for the school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, £87.50.
that's it. We took parking had to pay out.
The Fresh Air Fitness and Adult Fitness Suite, £7,418 plus that. So bear that in mind. British Gas Electricity, £12.87, that's for the lights. Glaston UK litter bins, £447.76 plus that. isn't it? Oh, that's due on a Baker books, £263.98. Well, that won't necessarily be right. I got Pat to order 2 of these. One for Joe and a new one for myself. So you'll get 50% of that back.
I'll wait till the film comes out.
Eh?
I said I'll wait till the film comes out.
You're quite welcome to read that one. Source of business, water charges, £13.36. That, I take it, is allotments. Doubt Clark's essential course, £30 plus VAT. Parish gardener, 107 and 5p plus VAT. And PKF Little John, external audit fee, £300 plus VAT. Receipts for August, September, Devon County Council Growing Communities Grant, £3,000. Western Power Distributors Wayleaves, 155.82. Devon County Council Parish Pass Grant, 550. And Torridge Council's second instalment of the pre-sap was 7,250. Happy with all of that. I need a proposer and a seconder.
Proposed.
I'll second it.
Jim proposed, David second. These are reminders from Pat, which is a parish council meeting on the Wednesday the 12th of October, 7 o'clock here. An allotment inspection on Saturday the 22nd of October, 10 o'clock. And a fields and allotment subcommittee on the 31st of October. Everybody got that? Do you want it repeated?
When was the, yes, please, inspection?
Allotment inspection is on Saturday the 22nd of October at the normal 10 o'clock.
22nd.
22nd, yeah.
In the meeting?
Fields and allotment subcommittee meetings on the Monday the 31st of October. And there'll be church school room.
Monday the 31st.
Everybody got that?
Yeah. Is that 7 o'clock for that meeting, or what?
I guess so. I don't think he's actually put a time.
Right.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, sorry. That's what's put.
Okay.
The other thing I was going to draw attention to was particularly, have you looked at the email from Delk? Anybody?
No.
Well, it includes the training events. Have you looked at it at all? There's a Delk email.
Which one are you talking about?
Usually one every month, usually a week.
Yeah, I know, I'm always the same. It's quite a recent one, but there's a list of the training events. And I just wondered if there's any that you need to, you can have this one, Joe.
I booked in for those.
Have you?
Yeah, I booked in. I've done 3 already. Yes.
Okay. Is there any more anybody else wants? Do you feel you require anything of it at all?
Not at the minute, no, I've got enough on my plate.
Fritz, you happy? You've done Langtry as well, haven't you? So
I did, yeah.
you're not
He's owed down.
Yeah, you're not unknown to the events of Parish Council.
Yeah, if I'm completely honest, those emails about Dell and things, I said, yeah, I must read it, but I never get any further than halfway. Sorry, I am willing, but
The trouble is you get inundated with the stuff and you don't know whether you're coming or going.
No, I get so many.
I still can't, the last thing I'd like to bring up is I'd like somebody with some skills on a computer. We talked about having a Buckland Brewer emblem, and that's what I had done with the cricket club. And what I've got is that, and that's my old jumper with it on. And what I need is somebody with enough,
By the mermaid.
Yeah.
because the brewers are into shipping. And it's to do with the brewer side. Buckland is only Buckland.
No, Buckland's not.
But what I'd like is somebody that can transpose
I'm sure there's somebody in the village
Parish
who's got that
Council
skills.
down the bottom rather than cricket club. And to do it with those sort of clothing. I don't know if anybody knows anybody that
We could put something on Facebook or something, could they? Or on the website.
Yeah, that's quite a good idea. Who's clever at doing this type of
So
thing?
there'd be somebody.
I've not seen that before, so is that just a pencil drawing? I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Is it already in any kind of computer format, so you could send it as a...
not any longer. The man that put it on did that and had it woven into our jumpers is no longer with us. The man who designed it in the first place is no longer with us.
Let me take it, I'll take it and
All right, well, I'll leave
I'll
it.
either put it out there on Facebook or...
You say Wendy might be the one for that job.
I just don't have
Jane might do it.
I don't have the skills to do it.
Have a word with Jane. She might do it.
Somebody
that
will know what to do.
Okay, with that, I think that's us done, boys and girls.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Trevor, have a look at that.
Thornaway Chapel
That
at the
looks
last
as though
service
it's,
the other week.
encroaching into our field.
A what?
Well, the blue outline is the site, right?
Yeah.
And the red one is what they've added on. I'm not worried about the added on bit. I'm looking at the blue line, right? And that blue line, that it drops on to